It's Alumni Night here in New Rochelle, and we've got a good one between two teams that have been battling since the very beginning. 10 years of history and more to come. The New York Empire at 8-0, the DC Breeze are 6-2 here at Joseph F. Facina Field, where the Empire have won 26 consecutive home games. And certainly the disc up to Tyler Monroe, guarded tightly by Ben Yacht. Randolph against McDonald. It's up for Kevin Healy. And Kevin Healy runs it down for the first goal of the game.
Yeah, so there's the challenge right there. So Rowan on the O-line, he's going to break.
It's happening here in New Rochelle. So that certainly might be a wrinkle that they look to. Huck coming up. Ryan Osgar against Jasper Tom. The matchup we were promised. Osgar, stall count going high again. And somehow threading a needle through the double team in for the score to Solomon Roycemeyer Bailey. 6 assists Osgar had. Malks thought about sending Kevin Healy deep again.
Yeah, they got Ben Yacht on him, so.
Oh! And that's going to be probably a drop.
And who did that? John Randolph.
As Ethan Fortin also brought the pressure on Jeremy Knopf. And Katz is in the end zone for the first break of the game, courtesy of John Randolph.
Yeah, well, there you go. John Randolph kind of gets in the way, gets in the throwing lanes. They pull him off Rowan McDonald, and he makes a play.
In that 3 position mark. And Katz gets to it. Picks it off. The Yacht will run through, and now and Marquez gets a few more throws in the other D-line.
Or they get as many as they want, like in the Boston game. They didn't take him out.
So Randolph throws it up 50-50. Marquez and Healy, and Marquez gets the better of him.
Whoa, Marquez timed that. He saw an eye. He got an eye on that thing and said, I'm going to go up and just rip this out of the sky. Easy. He made it look like it was nothing. Beautiful.
Rowan this time against Ryan Drost.
Yeah, they're going to keep mixing up those defenses on Rowan. Show him different looks.
Knopf to Healy. And Healy for Boxley, who was able to keep it inbounds, it looks like. Indeed he did. He drug his foot.
Fancy footwork there from Christian.
I think half the fun is even marking who's and figuring out who's on who every point. McDonald on Jeff Babbitt this time around. Weinberg. Osgar again against Cranston. Osgar did not have position. Cranston did, and Fall runs through for the block. So at what point does Alex Crew call a timeout again? He already used one. May not have to use another because Rowan McDonald lays it on a platter for Fall, who gets the bookends. And that means that DC starts this second with a break. It's 7-6.
Well, there you go.
I said 3 games last year, but also played for the team in 15, 17, and 18. Before taking a little bit of a break. Osgar again. And Osgar lays it out for Jack, and Jack will get behind the defense and find his way into the end zone. Quiet so far from Jack Williams, but cannot leave Jack Williams that wide open. What's the most difficult game you're going to play? And the Empire O-line always says it's our D-line, because even when you turn them over in practice, as Ja lays it out, it's Babbitt against Rayfuse, and Babbitt just swats that one out of the air and shows you the biceps afterwards. He's got a few blocks in his career, 148, I believe, which makes him 5th all-time on that list. They get broke, that being the first line of that zone.
Wow.
Troy Holland, yep, up over the top.
Call that the elevator back in the day.
And Holland into Ja for the break. They bring it back to 1 with 2:15 left to go in the half.
That's got to feel good for Musha Ja. Baited into that deep shot to Rafus that was kind of eaten up by Big Jeff Babbitt. Gets the disc plays.
Christian Boxley also scary quick, scary fast. Knopf up to Malks. And Malks is going to try to thread the needle into the on-rushing Kevin Healy. What a run from Kevin Healy. Starts the second half the way he started the first, and that's with a goal.
Yeah, outside angled.
Reese Bergeron. Braun again. Now Bloodgood goes for the break. And looks like Randolph on the way out.
Got a piece of that.
Got a piece and got enough. But Indianapolis having a pretty good year as well. And never can count out Chicago, of course. Boxley for Wodach. One throw away. And McDonald, they were a runaway train that could not be stopped.
I mean, that was a dirty throw. I mean, you got to give a lot of love.
To get the Empire O-line out of some trouble. But yeah, things have stagnated here in the second half for them. But they've still been able to answer. Still up by 1. It can be 2 here if Randolph able to come down with it. And Osgar, that again is picture perfect. A 95-cent throw and a 5-cent catch from Randolph. Still had to make the cut. And he's happy he read it. Boxley to Monroe. And now the Breeze are off and running. Wodach to Roy again, the same throw. And Boxley, difficult to stop him in that space. And I don't know how much anybody or Ryan Dross knew about it other than Johnny Malks was there as the open receiver.
Yeah, beautiful there. Scuba over the top. Everybody goes there.
Good hands against Holm. Roy, here's the hammer. And now the Breeze can get moving. Wodach. It's deep. Healy again is able to keep it in bounds. And finally the break comes for DC.
Wow. That was a gutty point for DC. They took the big couple of punches there.
Back to Bloodgood. There's 30 seconds remaining, though.
Wow. They're going to take all the time, I think.
Now Cranston. One throw away into Tom. And that's 14-13. The break for DC and their first lead of the game. Pinned back with 20 seconds remaining. That clock still ticking. Up ahead to Lithio. Now 15 seconds. To Yacht. Looks over to Osgar. Now Randolph. It floats. He finds a way to get it. Randolph, double team coming. 5 seconds remaining. Can they see the clock? Now there's 2. Osgar, no, he's got to throw it up. There's Babbitt in a crowd. Over the head of everybody into Royce Meyer Bailey as the third quarter comes to an end.
Gotta love that. The big man goes up, draws a crowd, and you gotta be there to collect the overthrow. They look a little sluggish out there. Not a lot of great movement here. They're kind of waiting for that Jack Williams type of cut to really open it up, and he's not out there.
Now Osgar, I think a bit too far, but no, Randolph says, I've got these legs for a reason. Makes it 15-14.
Yeah, you bet he does.
Into the air. This pull puts DC pretty far back. They get one throw off. And there is Ryan Dross picking it off. Not a Callahan, one throw away.
Woo! Saw that the whole way.
It's over to Yacht.
Beat him.
And they're going to be patient here right on the goal line. Yacht into Fortin. Fortin to Marquez Brownlee. And New York gets one back.
Ryan Dross get his 190 offensive players. But the man that you're not going to tire out is getting the disc right now, and that's Christian Boxley.
Boxley lays one out. Here's Ryan Dross again. And again Ryan Dross. 2 blocks in the same point. Make it 196.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Because there is Babbitt now and Jack Williams now. I feel like Taylor Brooks was the Jack Williams of the first few years, but now that Jack Williams is around, there's no answer for Ben Yacht. There's one and only the 2-time MVP over the 2018 MVP, and Yacht knows what that point meant to that crowd. Yeah, we get a look at him there. 18-15, 4:22 to go.
Yeah, Ryan Dross was pretty close on that earlier one.
There's brother Mike putting some pressure there on Kevin Healy. Back to Malks. Cat on him.
They had Tyler Monroe breaking deep. They're going to send it.
It's going to be Holm against Monroe. Holm with a full layout, but Monroe ran it down. Brings it back to 2, 18, 16, 3:31 to go.
Beefy cut there from Tyler Monroe. Set up Holm just enough to get it deep there.
The crowd here at Joseph F. Facina Field, they feel it. I feel like the Empire is starting to feel it too. 33 seconds, and they certainly know what they have come to witness tonight. Bosway Aloro, the block, the exclamation point, with 29 seconds remaining. This was not going to feel, even if it ends up being a 4-point game, as Aloro into Mike Drost. Who better on alumni night than Mike Drost for the exclamation point? 21-17 with 26 seconds left, but Tony answer as they have done so many times, and Jack just throws this one into the stands.
Is that going to count in his as a turnover for Jack?
I don't think Jack's too worried about turnovers.
No.
Again, like we mentioned, Lauren McDonald, Jack Williams, they don't care if they're a +9 or a -2 as long as their team gets the win, as Jack's team did very much without Jack Williams for most of the second half, but he was able to return and came at just the right time.